So you may have noticed that my recent Football Manager 2018 experiment where I holidayed the 2018 World Cup 100 times has done rather well. And it got me thinking, could we take this further? I know I mentioned maybe I could holiday another 100 World Cups, but I was thinking even bigger than that. And I would like your help. I reckon we can put together a massive community database of simulated World Cups if we all work together here and you guys help me out. Now I've already uploaded the Real World Cup Groups database to the Steam Workshop. A lot of you have already downloaded that. You can see here quite a few people have downloaded this or subscribed to it. I've put a link to this and also the MediaFire download if you'd prefer to use that method in the description below. What I would like you to do, if possible, is simulate one or two or even more World Cups for me, and you guys can send me all your World Cup save files and the results, maybe on Excel or Word or whatever. Either email them across to me or you can join my new Discord. For those of you that don't know what Discord is, it's just some sort of chat room, essentially a modern day chat room. I've put a link to an invite link in the description below. No one's joined yet because this is a brand new Discord. I've put together a few different chat text channels here. So the first one is this World Cup experiment chat where you guys can submit your World Cup simulations to me either through the Discord. I've also put an email address in the description below if you don't want to join Discord, and then I will just assemble all of these World Cups and put them basically together in a spreadsheet like I did before. And I don't know how many we'll get, but if you guys can all at least simulate one or simulate two or even more if you've got time, then we can put together a really, really big database. I reckon more than 100 like I did before. I mean, we could even approach 1,000 possibly. We'll see. And then we'll see who the overall winner of that is. I'll probably keep it separate from my original 100. Once you've downloaded the Steam Workshop file, by the way, you can start the save whenever you like, but I would suggest maybe Brazil. That starts, you can start on the 7th of May 2018, so that's quite close to the World Cup, so you don't have to holiday as much. Or you can start in Norway because that's the start of April. Scandinavian countries are quite good, so you can start at the start of the 27-18 European season if you like, but I would just suggest starting a bit later so you've got less holiday to do and less simulation to do. In fact, I'll show you how to set this all up just to clarify what you need to do. So start a normal career. Make sure this is ticked, Real World Cup 2018, that's the database file that you'll have downloaded or subscribed to on the Steam Workshop. Click Advanced Setup, and then we need to decide which leagues to start in. So my suggestion is to start in Brazil. Click Confirm, and if you click Game Start Date, then you can tick the 7th of the 5th 2018, and that's when it will start. Now this is what I did. I'm not saying you have to do this, but if you go to advanced, we can make it as authentic as possible. So what I did here was I added all the 32 nations taking part in the World Cup. Just Wikipedia if you need to remind yourself of which nations are taking part, but let's just use one example. This is the long-winded bit, in fact, to set up if you want it to be as authentic as possible, which I would advise. I could have given you a save file and you could have started all from the same save file, but I thought for this community experiment I want a bit more variety, because the way I did it, I started from May in the same file, exactly the same point 100 times, which I guess makes it more reliable. But there might have been a few players injured that I didn't notice. I did try to make sure there were no key players injured. For example, Leon Bailey always played for Belgium because he had selected Belgium from that point. Whereas if you all start different saves, we might have a few different things thrown up. It's a bit more variety possible. But what we need to do is click current international players and then just add all the teams that are taking part in the World Cup and just make sure they're all selected. So you'll have an approximate player count that goes up. So it's all the international players, because I noticed when I didn't do this, teams like Iran, Saudi Arabia, they're all greyed out fake players. They didn't actually have any real players because they weren't loaded on the database. So I would advise doing that if you have the time. It should only take 5 minutes or so to do that, so it won't take very long. And then press start game, and then you can holiday into the future and until the end of the World Cup. On my new Discord, I've also put together a few other chat channels. As you can see here, there's a few discussions for my Let's Play series, my experiment series. If you've got any ideas for future experiments, stick them in here. Maybe you want to talk about Regen Rovers and reminisce about my Regen Rovers series. I will be doing a Regen Rovers series on FM19. I've already announced that a few places, but just in case you don't know, I will be doing another Regen Rovers series later on in this year, I guess, when FM19 comes out. And then a couple of sort of general FM and random chats as well. So you guys can come together, my community, people that watch me on YouTube or follow me on Twitter can come together, talk about Football Manager, talk about my YouTube channel, whatever. I might get involved as well. Maybe you can do some voice channel things as well. It's up to you completely. But that'd be nice if you can join that and be a part of my new Discord community. There is also an app for the phone and tablet, so if you'd rather use that method, you can as well. You can download the app and join this way. If you can turn notifications off, or you can keep them on, or you can mute certain chats if you don't want to get notifications. There's different ways around this, so if you get too many notifications, you can just quite simply turn them off by going to notification settings and all of that jazz that you should know about if nowadays with all these apps sending you notifications to your phones. For those that don't know how to holiday a game, because you might be new to Football Manager or you might not have done this before, the best thing to do is start unemployed on the game, by the way. You don't want to take control of one of the World Cup teams because we don't want that. But what you need to do is go to my profile, click on Go on Holiday, and then if you holiday until the end of the World Cup, so July the 16th, the finals on the 15th, I do believe. So if you holiday to the 16th, that will be the end of the World Cup. Then all you need to do is press set, go on holiday. Once you have holidayed, you'll need to send me the game file. So that can be sent through Discord, through email, or uploaded to Mediafire or a sharing site like that and shared with me. Be great if you can note down the results as well. So the winner, second place, third place, fourth place, like what I did before, golden boot, the final score, as much as you want really. The save file that you will need to share with me can be found here. So you go to My Documents, Sports Interactive folder, Football Manager 2018, and then the folder called Games. Basically just send me that file, whichever file is the correct file, or files if you're doing more than one simulation. We have the potential to put together a really big database here. Of course, I did 100 by myself. It took a long time. I'm not expecting anyone to do that because that will take a long time. I'm not really setting a deadline for this, but I mean, if you can get it over to me in the next week, that'd be great. So perhaps if you just do, I mean, if everyone that watches this video did one simulation, then we could get a lot of simulations. But some of you may be up for doing 5 or something. So let's try and get as many as possible, and then I'll do a video on our community-driven simulation experiment. If you want a little bit of recognition for your save files, I'm going to put an extra column in at the end with a name next to it, who simulated that particular save. So if you want to send me this file by email, let me know maybe your Twitter handle or just the name you go by online or your real name, and I'll put that in that column. Same with Discord, let me know what you want to be known as in this column, like a link to Twitter or YouTube, whatever, and I'll stick it in that column for you. I think that's a great idea. Hopefully you guys think that's good too. Let me know if you are. Join the Discord, send me your save files. But anyway, until next time, enjoy FM18, enjoy the rest of your day, see you very soon.